The unspoken language. Did you actually know that we are communicating with each other without talking? This means how we react compared to other people have something to do with how we are brought up, our self-esteem, our inferiority compared to other people, our self-confidence, and our urge to be confirmed. I will make further courses in the future regarding this subject, but right now I'm just making precise that we have these kind of languages and in overview how they're working. So we are expressed in the way we act. This means that when we are talking together, there are the things we say, and there are of course the things we have an opinion about. But there's also a lot of things we say that we are actually not aware of that we are saying. What is that supposed to mean? This actually means that there's a lot of unspoken messages through over a conversation. By trying to read those unspoken messages, you will get a better understanding of that person you're together with. That again have a great deal of influence how you're feeling yourself compared to that person. So being aware of what you say, what you do when you're together with other people, and by listening to their messages they're sending out, you will be together with other people in a way where you're way more satisfied. And by understanding them, you will be way better in dealing with your own thoughts afterwards when you finish the conversation. A fact about depression is that if you're depressed, you're turning a lot of thoughts around after any conversation you have had with other people. So by reading those unspoken languages, you will be able to deal with yourself in a way better way. Since you in a depression have a very low self-esteem, very normally, you're always in some sort of defense position towards other people. By, for instance, knowing their body language, how they keep eye contact with you, how they in the body language is interacting with you, where they keep their arms, whether they're sitting down or standing up, the way they're standing, if you shake hands with them, how they shake hands, the clothes they're wearing also. It all tells a story about that person you have in front of you. But you see, if you turn it around, you're standing in front of that person too. Means that exactly what I've told you is the things you're sending out as a messages too. If you as a person is sending out the wrong messages to the other person, you can have some problems regarding their inferiority and their self-esteem. This is just our body language. Now comes the unspoken words in the conversation. Let's make a very simple example here. Let's say you as a child have been very bad injured by a dog, a very big dog who have been biting you. How do you think that would influence on your life in the future? Do you think there will, as an adult, be situations which you perhaps will avoid for anything in the world? Do you think you will find excuses to try to avoid situations where you're together with certain kind of dogs or dogs at all? So perhaps instead of telling that story about you being attacked by dogs when you're a child, instead you find excuses because you don't want to tell that story over and over again. And perhaps you even want to forget that. Are you getting a little hint of where we're going? We all have skeletons in our closets. If you take a look at yourself, do you have the same situation, some sort of the same situation with something from the past which you don't want to tell other people about, and you're like trying to make excuses to not get in such a situation. Let's say that person you're talking to have it exactly the same way, but just with something different. That will basically says that you have now two persons, you and another person who is talking together, who have the same kind of issues, but in a different way. How much misunderstanding do you think there can be in such a conversation? If you're not able to read any kind of messages, of the hidden messages, spoken as well as unspoken, body languages or not. So what can you do to try to learn how to read those kind of messages? If you have a depression, you for sure need to learn about yourself first. And by using my courses, you'll be able to get pretty far in that direction. By being able to understand that person who's called yourself, how your reactions are, how your body languages are, and how your everything are, you'll be able to read and able to read these messages from other people too. Now it's getting complicated because you are going to read other people from that point of view you have yourself, with a background of your own. How can we put that in a simple way? Like this. If you're a person who's used to settle all disagreements by fighting other people physically, boxing, the streets, perhaps it have never occurred to you that other people don't have it the same way. What is the key word here? The key word will be empathy. Do you know what goes hand in hand with empathy? Silence. That means the less you talk, the less you have the opportunity to listen to what other people are actually saying and observing what they're doing. And you know as well as I know that we don't learn people well within 10 minutes. Sometimes it needs months and years to get to know another person deeply. That would lead us to another keyword. Be neutral. To be neutral in your feelings compared to that other person, until you have an overview of their personality. By working with these kind of things, a lot of wasted thoughts of why people are saying what they do and why they do as they do compared to you. It will keep you calm.